Right,
Uh,
another quiz for me to lose at.
well, I don't know what the theming is of this
Neither
quiz.
do I. I don't know, but I know what Geeks is like. I know.
Well, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to this
He's
segment as
he's
well.
a tricksy devil, that one. That
He's a
Geeks on
tricksy,
the
tricksy
go.
devil. Um, we've got
The section is a 1 hour staring contest. Does God approve?
I mean, we can stare throughout the entire thing if that's the goal you want. All right, geeks, are you ready to get started? Because we could probably get going in a minute, and our tech ready to turn you over. You're all good. Okay, cool. Should we go into the call and then
Um,
we can talk to you?
after this, it's dinner.
It is, yes. Hello, geeks. Can you hear us?
Oh, I want
I
the
can
headphones on.
indeed. Can you hear me?
I can hear you absolutely. Oh, Jonas needs his headphones on, but then he'll be able to hear you.
Sorry,
That
Geeks. I
help.
don't mean to be rude.
Hello, hello, hello.
Very
I'm
rude.
loving your
How are we doing?
background there. I'm loving the lighting in the background, and I'm loving the beard tie as well. Fantastic.
Have you? I swear I met you only a month ago, and I had the beard tie.
I don't know if you did, but I like it. I like it.
All right. Well, hopefully there are no rounds on being observant here.
So this is Geeks on the Go. You're a Twitch streamer, and real life friend of us, Jonas in particular. Um,
Mm,
all right, well, fair enough. You're the first
Part
person
you.
to disagree with my introduction. um,
fine. It's fine.
and what have you got for us today?
So I have compiled a series of rounds of geeky themed quiz questions. And I've done it in a way so everyone can play at home as well.
Excellent.
So do you want me to tell you what the rounds are before we get going, or do you want to just be taken by surprise?
Well, we can go through the rounds. Yeah, give us a taste of what kind of thing we've got coming up.
Cool. So round one is going to be on science fiction.
Okay,
Round two is fantasy.
fantasy, right?
Yeah. Round three, video games, because it's Twitch. Kind of have to do that.
I've never played a video game.
Not well. Round four.
Jesus Christ.
Round four is called incorrect statements, which is where rather than asking questions, I'm going to make some statements. Each one has something incorrect about it, and you have to tell me what's wrong.
Okay.
That was probably the toughest one to write because I've had to make sure that every other part of it is as accurate as possible.
Or yeah, or
But
someone's gonna pick it apart. Yeah.
I'm sure someone possibly will, so we may need someone on fact checking. But I'm happy to give extra points if someone manages to prove me wrong on that.
Almost
And
certain you'll
then,
find many people in chat who will be able to do that, take that role
yeah,
on.
yeah. Round five is heroes and villains,
Okay.
and I wrote a bonus round while I was waiting, just in case we need it for time, which is called links, which I'll explain later on.
Okay. All
It's
right. Well,
just,
I'm excited.
I just like it. It's a slideshow of all the main characters of the Zelda games, and that's it.
Yeah, you just have to link them to the game they're from.
So, are you going to keep track of our scores? Or
So what we'll do is basically, if you want to play at home, write down your answers. Please don't put them in chat. But at the end of each round, we'll go over the answers.
okay, and then we'll tell the scores.
Um,
So we'll write them on our whiteboards.
you'll
Um,
write them on your whiteboards. Yep.
how many questions are we going to have, just so we know how much space to take up? Do you think
5 questions per round.
5 per round? Okay.
Yeah. And I have somehow managed to void my entire studio of pen and paper, so I can keep
Okay.
track on. I can keep track on a document, but if one of your lovely tech ladies could keep track of your scores, that would make life very easy.
I've just seen one of them grab a piece of paper, so I think they're going to as well. Yeah.
I do quite like the idea of ending each round with the voice of God telling us the running scores.
That's an excellent idea. Yeah, absolutely. Voice of God.
He judges
Uh,
us
and
wise in his beneficence.
and those of you playing along at home, rather than posting your answers in the chat, I'm just going to trust you. I have to. So at the end of each round, post your running score.
Yeah,
I think
that's
is the
good.
best
Yeah,
way.
and then you can see if you can beat us. You definitely won't beat us. We're absolute masters of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonas definitely didn't pay me to send him a copy of the quiz before we started.
He literally just got his phone out as you were saying that.
I know, right?
Kieran, I also promised a bonus if you didn't make that joke.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm excited. Here we
Okay.
go.
Let's kick things off then. So, round one, the sci-fi quiz. Let's do
Okay.
this.
Oh god.
Question 1. Star Trek Picard recently aired its final episode, bringing to a close a story that began in the 1980s. Can you tell me just one of the crewmates from the original series that appeared in the Next Generation TV show? So I'm looking for the character name. You don't have to know the actor's name,
Oh,
but there were characters from the original series that appeared in the Next Generation. We're looking specifically for crewmates as well, because there were some.
so
kind of
so
like-
it's crewmates that appeared in both Picard and Next Generation.
No,
Oh, sorry,
uh,
original series.
the original series and the Next
and
Generation.
the Next Generation.
So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so crewmates of the original series or the original Enterprise, I should say.
Okay.
They must be playing the same character as well, because there were some cases where people from the original series played or voiced other characters in the Next Generation.
Okay. All right. I think I have one. We're just naming the
Okay.
character, right?
Just the character, and you only need to pick one.
Okay.
There were a few.
Cool.
All right. I've picked one.
Fantastic. Good job. Good job.
Thanks,
All right.
Dad.
Question 2. Name the TV series based on an unpopular at the time film starring James Spader and Kurt Russell that ran for 10 seasons and spawned several spin-offs. So we're looking for the name of a TV series based on a film that was unpopular when it was first released, starring James Spader and Kurt Russell. And said series ran for 10 seasons and had a number of spin-offs.
Can I ask you,
You can absolutely ask questions. Go for it.
did the film feature those two actors, or did the show feature those two actors?
Good question. The film featured those two actors.
Right. Okay.
The
And
series
the
did
film
not.
was
10 series,
unpopular.
but it was a bad film.
It was unpopular at the time. It did have a bit of a cult following resurgence thanks to the popularity of the TV show.
Okay.
A very underrated film. And obviously sci-fi.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
struggling. I'm struggling.
yeah, me too. I know this is wrong, but I'm going to put this anyway.
I think it's wrong. I'm putting something just because.
That's definitely wrong. I didn't have 10 series. Oh, fuck it. We'll go with that.
I like if we both put the same answer that we know is incorrect, but we've got no other good answer.
Okay.
In fact, it actually had 10 seasons and 2 made for TV movies.
Oh my god. That's definitely wrong.
Yeah, I've put it anyway.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll see what.
Okay.
See.
Okay. Question 3.
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars one. Got to have a Star Wars one. In the Star Wars prequels, the Queen of Naboo would often use decoys to prevent assassination attempts. Padme had one called Sabe. Can you tell me the name of the now famous actress who played Sabe? Oh, the silence.
I think I know it.
Jonas's cogs are turning.
Oh. I think they were in a film with someone who we know.
They're a
someone
now famous actress, so they were definitely in a film.
Yes, we know someone whose sister was in the film that person is now famous for, as a young version of that person.
Oh, interesting. If it's the
What?
person I'm thinking of.
What?
I think that's right. It's really hard to tell an
Jonas,
anecdote.
Would you like a clue on this
It's
one?
really hard to tell an anecdote without giving any of the
We
important
know
words.
whose sister was in film.
Oh, Jonas, really? Jonas, that's not helpful to you.
Thanks.
Wait a minute.
That's
We
not a
haven't got-
helpful
Do you want
statement.
a clue, Jonas?
We don't have the rule of the segment.
Oh, Kieran, you have to give us
Oh yeah,
a
sorry.
silly
You were
rule
supposed.
that we
Yeah.
have to
What,
obey.
what do you want your rule to be?
Oh, okay. My rule is for this segment, as it's a quiz, you are only allowed to ask questions,
Okay.
except when you're giving your answers. When you're giving your answers, that's fine. Oh no, let's do it Jeopardy rules.
Jeopardy rules.
Yeah, so like for this one, instead of saying the name of the actor, you would be like, "Who is Ian McKellen?"
Okay. Okay.
Hint, Jonas, it's not Ian McKellen.
Kieran, can I thank you for that?
You can. Wait, do I have to follow the rule?
No. I mean, do you think you have to follow the rule?
No.
How do I express that I agree with you?
Um,
Are you ready for question 4?
would you like to move on to question 4?
Okay, question 4. Stanley Kubrick sealed his name in sci-fi history after directing 2001: A Space Odyssey back in 1968. The following year, he was accused of making another, even more famous science fiction movie, though he's always denied it. Can you name that film?
Oh. Would I know this? Would I know this?
I would bet pretty much anything that you have at the very least seen clips of this film. Maybe not the film in its entirety.
Have I seen clips of this film? So it's 2000 Space. Is it 2001 Space Odyssey? Was the previous film?
2001: A Space Odyssey, he directed in 1968. This one, he's accused of having directed the following year.
Oh fuck! I mean, oh fuck!
Or at the very least, it was released the following year. Oh, and you guys thought this would be easy.
Did I think it would be easy?
I think
Jonas was like, I know what this man's about.
Maybe.
How do I convey that I don't know the answer and it frustrates me?
You guys are going to kick yourselves on this one.
I'm just going to put I think... should I just put a movie?
Lucha Gem, which question would you like repeated? I'll go over all of them like at the end of the round anyway, but is there a specific one you want? That last one. Okay. So that last one was Stanley Kubrick sealed his name in sci-fi history after directing 2001: A Space Odyssey back in 1968. The following year, he was accused of making another, more famous science fiction movie, though he's always denied it. Can you name that film?
That's a good question. Or is it? That's not. That doesn't make that a question either. I'm really struggling with the whole question aspect of this, but I'm gonna get it.
I will state as well, just to reinforce my geeky status here. All of the questions here were things that I knew because I didn't want to just cheat and go and Google and stuff like that. However, I did fact check all of them. So I used Google for the fact checking just in case I had mislearned information.
This is really good so far. And then to make that, this is really good so far. All right. Are you ready for question 5?
Ready for question 5? Yeah.
Are you ready for question 5?
Okay. Question.
You
5.
tell me.
Do you know what a question is?
No.
Jonas, you do improv. You should be good at the question game.
Ooh. Sorry, guys.
All right. Question 5. Jurassic Park features dinosaurs from many different periods, predominantly the Cretaceous period. Which of these is the only Jurassic dinosaur featured in the first film? Okay, so I'm going to read to you now a list of 5 dinosaurs that were in the first film, but only one of them is actually from the Jurassic period, and I want you to tell me which one. So you've got a 1 in 5 chance. So, first one, T-Rex. Number 2, Gallimimus. Number 3, Dilophosaurus. Number 4, Velociraptor. And number 5, Triceratops.
Can you go
If
through
you'd like
them
a
again?
description of any of those dinosaurs, I'm happy to give you that.
Can you describe the 2 no one's ever heard of?
I'm going to assume you're on about the Gallimimus and the Dilophosaurus.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Because the other 3 are pretty iconic. All right, so the
Yeah.
Gallimimus, they're the ones that are like the ostrich ones that kind of chase after them for a bit, but don't actually do anything to them.
Right.
The Dilophosaurus is the one with the neck frills that spits poison. I hope that's helped,
That
because
has.
I just did jazz hands.
That's helped. Cool.
How do you spell the second one?
Gallimus.
I'm assuming. Is that the one you chose?
I did number
Why
them,
do
so
you
you can
ask?
just put the number. So number 1 is T-Rex, number 2 is Gallimimus, number 3 is Dilophosaurus, number 4 is Velociraptor, and number 5 is Triceratops.
Right. I'm finished.
How do you feel about me being finished?
Yeah. How do you feel about me being finished?
All right, are we ready for some answers?
Are we ready for some answers?
Do you mind if I tell you yes?
do you mind if I answer in the affirmative?
I don't mind at all. All right. Should I go over the questions again quickly, or should we just do answers?
Do you think a thumbs up is enough to say that you should go over them again?
I'll go over them again very quickly, just for the sake of our audience and anyone who's just joining. Question 1. Star Trek Picard recently aired its final episode, bringing to a close a story that began in the 1980s. Can you tell me one of the crewmates from the original Star Trek that appeared in the Next Generation TV show? Question 2. Name the TV series based on an unpopular film at the time, starring James Spader and Kurt Russell, that ran for 10 seasons and spawned several spin-offs. Number 3. In the Star Wars prequels, the Queen of Naboo would often use decoys to prevent assassination attempts. Padme had one called Sabe. Can you tell me the name of the now famous actress who played Sabe? Number 4. Stanley Kubrick, sealed his name in sci-fi history after directing 2001: A Space Odyssey back in 1968. The following year, he was accused of making another, even more famous science fiction movie, though he's always denied it. Can you name that film? And number 5, Jurassic Park features dinosaurs from many different periods, predominantly the Cretaceous period. Which of these is the only Jurassic dinosaur featured in the first film of the series? T-Rex, Gallimimus, Dilophosaurus, Velociraptor, or Triceratops? Now, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a chance here. Between yourselves, you can choose one of these questions that I will give you a hint for.
Oh, what one do you want?
You don't have to use your hint.
Do you want a hint for question 2? Or do you want a hint for question 4?
Oh, I do have a good hint for question 2.
How do you feel about me wanting a hint for question 4?
Is a thumbs up enough for you to feel like I'm positive about a hint of question 4?
Jamie, do you realise that if you and I talk to each other, we never get to... One of us will eventually have to not answer the other's question.
Could you give us a
You could
hint for
just
question
nod.
number 4, please?
Question 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the film in question is considered by most to be non-fiction. So the sci-fi element of it, the fi part of that, is only considered by a fringe group to be accurate.
Okay.
All right, let's do answers. Are we ready for answers?
Uh,
Why not?
sure. I'm just gonna stick with my answer because that didn't help. No, not that.
Just want to say I'm struggling to keep up with both my quiz and the chat, so thank you to those of you who are answering questions I'm missing from the chat.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, so question 1. Name for me a single active. I can't see that. You got to say it out loud.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will.
We
But
just
this is
wait
to
till
prove
you-
that we're not
yeah.
changing our answer as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So name for me a character from the original Star Trek series that appeared in Star Trek: The Next Generation TV show.
Who is Spock?
Who is Spock?
Spock is correct.
Yeah.
I would have also accepted Bones and Scotty. I would not have accepted Kirk or Chekhov because they appeared in the first Next Generation movie known as Generations. So, and I did specify the Next Generation TV show. I'm very pernickety on that. But if you got Bones, Scotty, or Spock, I would have allowed that. All right. Question 2. Can you name this sci-fi TV series for me?
I definitely got this wrong. I put Who is Westworld, but
Westworld?
yeah.
Jonas?
I believe my first answer to be incorrect. I originally put what is Red Dwarf, and then I've actually put what is Battlestar Galactica.
Oh god, you know what? I nearly had questions for both of those, but I wasn't sure how like international your audience were, so I thought Red Dwarf might be a bit mean.
Better not be Steltech's fucking answer in chat.
Stargate SG-1.
It is Stargate SG-1.
Oh my god!
I realize I'm breaking the rule, but that's oh, that hurts.
So it spawned a couple of official spin-offs, including Atlantis, which, to be honest, for a time I believe was better than SG-1.
Atlantis had a character called Jonas in it.
Partly because of the fact that it launched the career of one Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I didn't realize
yeah.
that. Oh, I didn't realize that there were movies first.
Yep, there was a movie first with James Spader and Kurt Russell. The TV series, if you're looking for like a good fun sci-fi binge, I can't recommend it highly enough. Like, it's one of my favorite sci-fis.
Is it
Yes.
one of Fairy's favorite shows that he binge watches occasionally? And I come downstairs and just find him binging his way through Stargate.
How would you feel if I agreed with you, despite not knowing the actual answer to that?
Yeah. Okay. Can you answer the next question for us?
I can. If you don't get this, you're going to kick yourselves. All right. So, what was Stanley Kubrick accused of directing in 1969?
No. Number 3. Question 3 first.
Oh, number 3. Oh, no, I missed that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So, who played Sabe in the prequels?
Who is Keira Knightley?
Who is Emma Stone?
The correct answer is Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
It was one of those like really weird things where I think though she wasn't known at the time when they filmed the prequels, Pirates of the Caribbean came out at a very, very similar time. So like a lot of people were just like, why is Keira Knightley playing a rando with no lines?
How do I word this as question?
Okay. Question 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Question 4. Stanley Kubrick. What film was he accused of directing in 1969?
I don't know why I put this. I put What is Clockwork Orange, but he did direct that.
I wouldn't exactly call it a sci-fi.
No, I just
Jonas, what did you
panicked.
put?
Would you be disappointed to know that I originally put just Time Bandits because you asked? I wanted a sci-fi film that was old, and then you said it was considered not a sci-fi film, so I have given no answer. Would you be disappointed by that?
I really hope someone in the comments gets this one, because I genuinely thought this was like a well-known conspiracy theory. It was the moon landing.
Oh God, yeah, of course. Oh, damn it, yeah, you're absolutely. I have heard that conspiracy theory. Ah, now you know it. Now we
You
know.
may be interested to know that. Wait, that's not a question. How would you feel if I was completely unaware of all of this and this
How
has
would
no
you?
effect on me?
How would you feel if I found it weird that you'd never heard that conspiracy theory before?
There's actually a really fun anecdote about the faking of the moon landing, because originally they did want to fake it because they wanted to stick it to the Soviets. They'd beat the Americans into space, so they're like, we have to be the first ones on the moon. So they hire Kubrick, they hire a massive film crew, and they're like, right, how do we get the lighting so that we can make it appear as though it's coming directly from the sun? And they're like, oh, it's going to cost you like at least 50 million just for that. And they're like, okay, so we can't just film it on a quarry because we need it to look like genuine moon rock. So how do we do that? Well, we could build a set, but the problem is we've got to have it in such a way that the Earth appears in the background. This is before the days of proper green screen and stuff like that. So that's going to cost you at least another 50 million. And it's like, how do we do the zero gravity thing? Well, we could film it underwater, or we could like hide the wires, but then getting the exact gravity, someone's going to figure that out. We're talking at least another 100 million. So eventually they just decided to shoot the whole thing on location.
Very good. Very good. Is that very good?
Is that very good?
I-
Is that
Yes,
very good?
it
Is that very good?
It is, Jamie. Jonas didn't laugh. You're now my favorite. Have points. Give him points. All right, question
can
5.
we all acknowledge that Fleetsy donated £10 and Anonymous donated £15?
Yes, we can, you absolute legends.
Would it be all
Extra
right
2
if I
points each.
would it be all right if I thanked Fleetsy not only for that wonderful donation, but Fleetsy made me a wonderful little group of Twitch emotes the other day, and they're really good. And I tweeted them. That's a question. Take it.
Can we all agree that Fleetsy's a fucking legend?
I just want to point out, LDM did make a very good point there that the year should have given it away.
Yeah, but I'm no good at am I very good at dates? Do I think
I
I'm
am
good
curious,
at dates?
given that I did mention 2001: A Space Odyssey, be honest, how many people playing at home were trying to think of sci-fi films from 2002?
Yeah.
Okay, and question 5. Can you name for me the only one of the 5 dinosaurs that is from the Jurassic period?
What is Dilophosaurus?
What is Gallima blah 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 2?
So you just assumed it was the ones that you'd never heard of before?
Can I say I thought the description you gave sounded the most different to how I imagined all the other dinosaurs?
So the funny thing is here, you are actually correct, Jamie.
Yeah!
However, the Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park is nothing like an actual Dilophosaurus. There is no evidence that they had frilly necks. There is no evidence that they spat poison. In fact, in Michael Crichton's original book, there is a whole section about how they didn't know it could spit poison until they'd actually bred them, and it spat poison at one of the scientists. And size-wise, essentially, actual Dilophosauruses look very similar to how we now perceive velociraptors because of the films. They were basically just 10-foot tall sauropods.
Wow.
Theropods.
Can I say that it seems like filmmakers can basically just get away with fucking anything?
Yeah. I mean, the velociraptors in the film, like velociraptors were actually the size of turkeys and covered in feathers. And around the same time, there was a discovery of the dinosaurs Deinonychus and Utah raptors that actually look much more like how we perceive velociraptors now because of the films. But Steven Spielberg preferred the name Velociraptor. So basically just took a Utah raptor and gave it a cooler name.
Yeah.
Right,
Nice.
so at the end of that round, Voice of God, could we have the scores?
We have Jamie on 3 points and Jonas on 1 point.
Very respectable.
Can I say
Very
that you
respectable.
need to pick up
Throw
pick
them
up the
out in
pace?
chat. Oh, we've got a 4 out of 5 there. I'd be interested to know which one you didn't get that time.
Wow. Yeah.
Very nicely done, guys. All right, round 2, fantasy.
What if you go fuck yourself?
All right, fantasy. Fantasy?
Yes, fantasy. Okay, all right. So, Jonas, this first one, you have a chance on this one because I remember years ago, back in the Nerdemic days, you writing a review that I read off on stream for this game series that at the time I had no interest in, but now I'm almost obsessed with.
Kieran, would it be pertinent to remind you that I have the worst goddamn memory of all damn time, and the game series you are referring to, that was also a long time ago, and I've not played any of the other games in that series or read the books, and I barely remember the recent Netflix series.
Can I say I
you
feel
mean
very
the recent
left out in
Netflix
this
series that
conversation?
came out 2 days ago?
The recent Netflix series, yes, I barely remember it.
It came out 2 days ago.
Okay, I didn't watch the latest season. All right, is that all right?
Yeah, fine. It wasn't that great, to be honest. Okay. In the Witcher series of video games, the titular Witcher uses signs, simple, offensive, and defensive magic spells. These are called Quen, Igni, Earden, Axi, and Ard. And to make life easier, I'm going to say them again and number them. All right. So 1, Quen. 2, Igni. 3, Earden. 4, Axi. And 5, Ard. And if you want, I'll even tell you what they each do. Can you tell me which of these doesn't appear in the books and was created solely for the games?
Yeah,
Would you like a description of what they each do?
Can you run through what they do yet?
Yeah. So number 1, Quen creates a shield, kind of like a force field. Number 2, Igni is a fire spell, so you can burn your enemies. Earden creates number 3, Earden creates a trap that can essentially trap certain ghost-like beings like wraiths. Number 4, Axi is basically a Jedi mind trick. And Ard is like a force push. So I want to know which of them was made solely for the games and not featured in the books. You can give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Again, it's a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah. Is it though? Right.
Yeah. I've literally given you the answer. I've just hidden it among 4 other incorrect answers.
I may have an answer if that's okay.
I would be so happy if you had. I'd be so happy if you had a correct answer, Jonas. Okay, question 2. In Lord of the Rings, there are a total of 20 rings of power. Some belong to the elves, some were given to men, and some to the dwarves. Can you tell me how many were given to each race? Might give you a minute on this one. Oh, Koto, you clever boy or girl or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm assuming gender here. But yes, very clever.
Would
oh,
we
Ray,
be
loving the fact that you're repeating the questions in chat for me. You absolute legend.
Would it be okay if I echoed that and said Ray is a legend?
Yeah. Do we all think
would be
Ray's a
alright.
legend?
Do we all think Ray's a legend?
I'm offended by the fact you even have to question it. I think Ray should be as well.
Kieran, could you
Okay,
forgive us?
Are we ready for question 3?
Are we ready for question 3? Is it enough to enthusiastically wave my arms to tell you I am?
I'm really regretting my decisions here. Okay. So for this one, there are 3 answers, and I need all 3 for a point. In Game of Thrones, can you name Daenerys Targaryen's dragons?
Oh.
How about no? I
tell you what. Between just the 2 of you, whoever gives me the most correct answers gets a point.
But am I
Sorry,
right in
Jonas,
saying that
the next
those at home have to get all three to get the point?
those at home do have to get all three, but I mean,
Okay.
they have the help of Google. Not that they're using it. Jonas, you'd be happy to know that the next question is D&D themed. I don't know if you play, Jamie, but
What if that doesn't help me?
it probably won't. Okay, question 4. Fantasy films featuring magic tend to have unique methods of performing said magic. For example, in Harry Potter, they point sticks and say words in Latin. What unique method was used in the new Dungeons and Dragons movie to cast spells?
Oh.
So this was primarily used by the sorcerer who makes up one of the main party of protagonists.
Why haven't I seen that film?
You should see that film.
I saw that film, and I don't know to what you are referring, right?
Sure. I remember you do still have your hint option when the round's done.
Okay. Okay.
I tell you what, I'll give you a clue right now for that one.
Mm.
I have laid a very thinly veiled hint within the question. So I'll repeat the question. Fantasy films featuring magic tend to have unique methods of performing said magic. For example, in Harry Potter, they point sticks and say words in Latin. What unique method was used in the new Dungeons and Dragons movie to cast spells? All right, and the final question for this round. Question 5. Which fantasy story features the Fae characters Oberon and Titania, as well as the Greek legends Theseus and Hippolyta?
Sorry,
It's a very famous fantasy story.
Could you? Yeah.
Which fantasy story features the Fae characters Oberon and Titania, as well as the Greek legends Theseus and Hippolyta? Theseus obviously being the guy who killed the Minotaur, and Hippolyta being the queen of the Amazons from one of Heracles's legendary trials. Okay. So I'm going to very quickly repeat them again, and you guys can decide if you want a hint for any of them. So, first question, in the Witcher series, which of the signs that Geralt uses are not from the books, but actually just made for the game? The options are 1, Quen, 2, Igni, 3, Earden, 4, Axi, and 5, Ard. Also, why is no one bringing me drinks?
Can you pay for the taxi?
Yeah, can you pay for the taxi?
I don't know where you guys are.
Whereabouts is London?
Okay. I'll pull my own, damn it. Okay, question 2. Essentially, can you tell me how many rings were given to each of the races? Question 3. Name the dragons belonging to Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones. Question 4. What unique method of performing magic was used in the new Dungeons and Dragons movie? And question 5. Can you tell me the name of the fantasy story featuring the Fae characters Oberon and Titania, as well as the Greek legends Theseus and Hippolyta? Would you guys like a hint for any of those?
Can we get a hint for number 4? Or would you like a different?
Well?
Would you like a different question?
It could be fine, I guess.
Can we get a hint for number 4?
Hint for number 4. Okay. So The hint that I gave in the question was the fact that in Harry Potter they point, stick, and say words in Latin. In the D&D movie, they do similar in that they use a recognized language in the real world in order to cast the spells. What I'm looking for is what language they use. And a further hint, unlike Latin, it is not a dead language.
Okay. Uh, uh, do you think I should stick with my original answer? Because I do.
I don't know what your original answer was. What do you want from me?
Do you know what I want? Can you tell me, please? Can you help?
Go with your gut.
Okay.
All right. Let's have a look at the answers then, shall we? We ready for answers?
Are you ready for answers?
I will be, if that's okay.
You will be, or you are?
I will be, if that's okay.
Okay, fine. Question 1. Can you tell me which of the Witcher signs was invented for the games?
What is Ard?
What is-
5?
What is Quen?
The correct answer was Earden.
Ah, okay.
In fact, Quen and Ard feature quite predominantly in both the books and the TV series.
I tried to tell you, didn't I?
Well, I don't care.
Ah.
Okay, question 2. Who were the rings given to?
What is 7 to the men, 10 to the elves, 3 to the dwarves?
What is 9 to the dwarves, 3 to the elves, 8 to the humans?
I'm afraid you're both wrong.
Ah.
So if we're going with the number of rings that everyone had, the elves had 3, the men had 9, the dwarves had 7, and Sauron had 1.
Oh, of course.
But
course it bloody
if you
did.
want to be really pernickety about it, the question specifically stated how many were given. In which case, the dwarves were given 7, the men were given 9, Sauron made 1 for himself, and the elves made 3 for themselves. So, yeah, I'd accept either answer, but I'm afraid you both kind of forgot about the Ring of Power.
Yeah.
So no points to you two there.
How could we have
Right,
forgotten
question-
about the Ring of
But
Power?
you do you mind if I point out that you're right? Carabibrobron didn't make the Ring of Power at the same time that he distributed the remaining Rings of Power. That was made later on in response to the Rings of Power. I was keeping that in mind. Do you mind?
I don't mind, but I'm not giving you points for it. It's very easy to be correct in hindsight.
Can you say fairer than that?
Right.
It's too late for me.
Next question. Question
Isn't it?
3. Can you name Daenerys's 3 dragons?
So I've put who is Drogon, Rhaegar, and Steve.
How do you feel about Aegon, Gandalf, and Jon Snow?
You nearly had it, Jonas. All right. I'm gonna give it to Jamie.
Yes.
The correct answers were Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion.
Viserion. Yeah.
All right.
Smashing.
I'm very curious about this one. So, what unique method do you think that they used in the D&D movie, the latest one, not the old Jeremy Irons one, in order to perform magic?
I put.
What do you think?
What is calling them out in English?
Just saying
Yeah.
vicious mockery.
Yeah, that's what I put. Yeah.
Okay.
Having not seen the movie.
It's kind of like anime, you know, when they call out their attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jonas.
My first answer, if you'd like to hear it, if you don't mind, that's
Sure.
okay, was that they did somatic components, moving their hands, and then you gave that hint So I said they shout stuff in English, but sometimes they don't. Because I remember several points in that film when no one says a single word and spells are activated. There's quite a high octane combat bit at the end of the film where a red warlock, whatever they're called, is fighting the sorcerer, and the sorcerer is animating objects and like just doing quite a lot of different spells without saying words. People are able to cast spells in that world on command. So I think it's material and somatic, but you weren't asking for language from the D&D world, so that made it hard to answer. If you don't mind me
Right.
saying all that, would you mind?
Well, I can confirm that someone in the chat has got it.
Yeah.
Luchagem, the sorcerer uses American Sign Language for his somatic spells.
I think my favorite thing is looking over at Jones's board and seeing him written. They use English, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, because I had somatic written down earlier, and then
you were so close, Jonas. You were on the right track, but yeah, it was actually a decision that the actor playing the sorcerer Justice Smith came up with because he knew American Sign Language and thought that it would be quite a cool thing to add to it. So all of the hand gestures that he does when he's casting his spells are basically, like you said, calling them out in English, but in American Sign Language.
That's so cool.
No, I'm not giving you the point.
But not everyone followed that rule, did they?
No, but I did then specify used by the sorcerer who is one of the protagonists in the party. All right, final question on this round. Which story features the Fey characters Oberon and Titania, as well as the Greek legends Theseus and Hippolyta?
What is Midsummer Night's Dream?
Jonas?
Did you know you talk about Shakespeare a lot?
do. I wanted to throw in some stuff about me. The correct answer was indeed A Midsummer Night's Dream
Yeah!
by William Jiggle Javelin.
William Jiggle Javelin. Excellent.
Okay. Next round is video games, so you should be able to handle this.
Well, Voice of God, what's our scores?
Oh, scores, yes.
Scores for that round were Jamie 2, Jonas 0. Scores overall, Jamie 5, Jonas 1.
No, Jonas got 1 in that round.
Did he?
Yeah, he got Midsummer Night's Dream.
Sorry, I didn't read it out loud because I was being sarcastic. I
yeah.
knew it was Midsummer Night's Dream because Kira likes Shakespeare.
Ah, well,
If
I
you don't mind
didn't
me
detect
saying
the
so,
sarcasm.
thanks.
Very well. Jamie
Question.
2, Jonas 1. Overall, Jamie 5, Jonas 2.
So we have about 20 minutes left of this segment. So either we've got time for 1 round at that pace, or 2 if we go very quick.
Very quick then.
Cool.
Let's do
All right.
this. Blast through it.
All right.
Okay.
Get ready.
Can't believe I'm being rushed. I'm trying to make your life easier.
No, thank you very much. This has been excellent so far. Right.
Yeah, because you're winning.
Yeah. Yes.
All
Can I
right,
say I'm
round
proud of
3,
myself?
video games. And this
Okay.
is going to be a quick fire one, sort of.
Okay.
All right. So question 1 for the video game round. What video game is the subject of a 2023 film starring Taron Egerton? Right faster. Use your mind brains. Question 2. According to IGN's list of the top 100 video games of all time, 5 of the top 10 are from a single company. Name the company.
Okay.
Da-da.
I think. Do I have it? Do I know this? Question. Can I really question myself about
Oh, it's
this? about
super
me?
obvious. Come on, man. All right, question 3. Probably the toughest question in the game, but I'm sure Jonas knows this as we go back so long. This one does come with some hints. What was the first video game that I streamed through Geeks on the Go?
Oh God.
Hint. It was a very popular AAA game with more bugs than a CD motel. Part of a franchise going back to 1997 and still going today. The game also won a BAFTA for Best Game.
Am I ready for the next question? How do I answer that in the most affirmative way?
Are you ready? I'll go on with the next one. I've got like 2 more rounds. We can do this. Okay, question 4. What popular video game released in 2018 was based on a 1951 sci-fi horror, later remade in 1982 with a prequel released in 2011?
Can you read that out again? one
I
more time?
can. What popular video game released in 2018 was based on a 1951 sci-fi horror, later remade in 1982 with a prequel released in 2011?
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint on this one. I'm fairly certain at some point I've played this game with you guys. And question 5, the final question for this round. Diablo has just had its 4th game released, with the first coming out in late 1996. Can you name can you name Diablo's brothers that feature in Diablo 2 who helped make up the prime evils of the franchise? So we're looking for 2 demonic names. Would you like any repeated?
I'm good. Am I good? How do I answer in the affirmative?
Okay. Are you ready for answers?
Are you ready to go?
Okay. So question 1, what video game is the subject of a 2023 film starring Taron Egerton? What have you got?
I put what is Space Invaders?
What is no answer?
The correct answer is Tetris.
Oh God! I watched that recently. Oh God damn it! I reviewed it on the podcast.
Question 2. All right. What company is, according to IGN, covering 5 of the top 10 best video games of all time?
I put who is Nintendo?
Yeah. What is Nintendo?
It is indeed Nintendo.
Huzzah.
The games, if anyone's interested, are Mario 64, Super Metroid, A Link to the Past, Mario World, and Breath of the Wild.
Amazing.
All right. What was the first game I streamed on Geeks on the Go?
So I put what is Oblivion?
I put what is Pokemon Go because that made sense to me.
Jamie, you're so close.
Ah.
The correct answer was Fallout 4. Question 4. What was the popular game from 2018 based on a sci-fi horror film that got remade a bunch of times?
I put what is Among Us?
Jonas?
What if I had no answer?
Then you don't get any points. The correct answer was Among Us. Jamie, do you know the film it's based on?
The one with the thing, the
I don't have time for your umming and ahhing. It's The Thing.
The Thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I got that right.
If you've never seen it, John Carpenter's remake of The Thing, my favorite horror film. Fantastic. All right, can you name for me Diablo's brothers?
I put who is Steve and Balthazar.
Oh, so close.
Balthazar's
way off, but Steve is actually one of the answers.
What if I had no answer?
Jonas, come on, man. Don't give up on me. The correct answers were Baal and Mephisto.
Mephisto himself.
All right, so this one I'm definitely going to have to rush through. This is round 4, incorrect statements. I'm going to make some statements. Something about them is incorrect. You just have to tell me what I got wrong. Okay,
Okey-doke.
so question 1 or statement 1. Oh, wait, scores. Voice of God.
In a sort of redo of round 2, Jamie has 2 points and Jonas has 1 point in that round.
Nice. Okay, so statement 1. In 1979's Alien, the titular alien makes its way on board the Nostromo in embryo form when a facehugger latches itself onto Executive Officer Abel, played by the late great John Hurt, and implants him with the xenomorph. Protagonist Ripley tries to prevent the rest of the crew from bringing him on board, but is overruled, leading to the death of every other crew member. So you just need to tell me what I got wrong in that statement.
Can you repeat the statement one more time, please?
I can. In 1979's Alien, the titular alien makes its way on board the Nostromo in embryo form when a facehugger latches itself onto Executive Officer Abel, played by the late great John Hurt, and implants him with the xenomorph. Protagonist Ripley tries to prevent the rest of the crew from bringing him on board, but is overruled, leading to the death of every other crew member.
Okay.
Okay, statement 2. In episode 50 of the Pokemon anime, we were introduced to Togepi. This was our first look at a Generation 2 Pokemon, as the episode aired before the release of Gold and Silver. Our next peek at a Gen 2 Pokemon wouldn't come until the release of the first Pokemon movie, where we were introduced to Donphan. So once again, in episode 50 of the Pokemon anime, we were introduced to Togepi. This was our first look at a Generation 2 Pokemon, as the episode aired before the release of Gold and Silver. Our next peek at a Gen 2 Pokemon wouldn't come until the release of the Pokemon movie, where we were introduced to Donphan. Question 3. In Norse mythology, Thor wielded a powerful hammer called Mjolnir. This hammer could change its size and always return to its user when thrown. Only those worthy could wield Mjolnir, a feat that very few were capable of. Once again, in Norse mythology, Thor wielded a powerful hammer called Mjolnir. This hammer could change its size and always return to its user when thrown. Only those worthy could wield Mjolnir, a feat that very few were capable of. Statement 4. The children of Stranger Things like to name their villains after the ones from Dungeons and Dragons, the most recent of which is the Lich known as Vecna. The problem is that while the eye and the hand of Vecna were introduced to D&D in the late 70s, the actual character didn't appear until the early 90s, a problem as the show was set in the 1980s. Once again, the children of Stranger Things like to name their villains after ones from Dungeons and Dragons, the most recent of which is the Lich known as Vecna. The problem is that while the eye and the hand of Vecna were introduced to D&D in the late 70s, the actual character didn't appear until the early 90s, a problem as the show was set in the 1980s. And the final question for this round, question 5. In Neil Gaiman's The Sandman comics, recently adapted by Netflix, we are introduced to the Endless, a group of siblings that are canonically the most powerful beings in the DC universe, second only to the DC version of God. They are Dream, Death, Desire, Despair, Destiny, Destruction, and Delirium, who was formerly Delight. That one once again. In Neil Gaiman's The Sandman comics, recently adapted by Netflix, we are introduced to the Endless, a group of siblings that are canonically the most powerful beings in the DC universe, second only to the DC version of God. They are Dream, Death, Desire, Despair, Destiny, Destruction, and Delirium, formerly Delight. Okay. Do you need any of those repeating?
I think I'm good.
Would you mind moving on to the answers?
Yeah.
I'm happy moving on to the answers. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, Jamie, what do you think the incorrect statement was in question 1?
The cat didn't die. You said all the crew members died apart from her, but the cat didn't die, and is the cat a crew member?
See, I kind of planned this one. I don't count the cat as a crew member, but unless Jonas, if Jonas doesn't have the right answer or has the same answer, I will give you the point.
Kieran, you described the alien as titular. The alien at the very beginning of your description is titular, but actually the titular alien is the one that is burst forth from that person's chest. So the first alien is not titular. The resulting baby xenomorph thing is.
So I did kind of worry about this one, the phrasing of it. So I did say that it makes its way on board in embryo form. So the titular alien is the embryo.
Right, okay.
The correct answer was it was not Executive Officer Abel, it was Executive Officer Kane.
I don't think I got that. I don't think I get that point.
I did a Kane and Abel thing.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you get the point for that one, I'm afraid.
I
Right,
like
question
chat
2.
saying classic Jamie thinking a cat is a person. Oh, that was Laura, but the real Catboy moment. Yeah.
Question 2, the Pokemon one. Did you get this one?
I
Come on,
put the
please have got
the
this one.
movie came out before Gold and Silver, but that was just a real guess.
Okay.
You claim that Togepi is the first time we get a look at a Gen 2 Pokemon. No, it isn't. Episode 1, where Ho-Oh flying through the sky, is our first look at a Gen 2 Pokemon.
That is the correct
Of
answer, Jonas.
course.
Yeah.
We literally see a Gen 2 Pokemon in the very first episode of the anime when Ash sees Ho-Oh. All right. Tell me what I got wrong about the Norse mythology question.
I just guess, and I said the hammer's not actually called Mjolnir.
Okay.
I guessed and said, you said it always returns. I was like, I bet you there's one time it doesn't return. So I put the hammer does not always return.
The correct answer was actually that the whole thing about you having to be worthy is a load of bollocks that Marvel came up with. In the original mythology, not only can anyone lift the hammer, but one of the most famous stories is actually about it being stolen by a frost giant.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Also,
we got a
just
raid.
A quick
Nice.
aside,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for raiding Emily Odd. Thank you very much. We're currently doing a charity stream for POTS UK. You can donate at the link below us. But also, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. We're at the very end of an excellent geeky quiz. Right. What's the what's the?
I don't think Jonas thinks it's that excellent at the moment. I don't think Jonas is going to be inviting me around for dinner anytime soon.
It's just
as long
if
as
I
you
can't
don't ask any questions.
if I can't even guess an answer, it gets hard. So
it's a good thing Mary still loves me. All right. What did I get wrong about the Stranger Things statement?
I just, again, another wild guess. I put that you said the hand and the eye came early on. I said that the eye came later.
I said you called Vecna a lich, and I said what if Vecna's not a lich?
You fell into my trap cards.
Ah.
So the actual thing I got wrong on this was Vecna was actually introduced in 1976.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So
Yeah.
it was just this. It was
The
just
core
a straight
premise
up
of
lie.
the sentence.
Yeah. It was all just a lie.
Oh.
All right. And the final one for this round, and possibly mine and Jonas's friendship. What did I get wrong about Neil Gaiman's Sandman?
So I put that they are more powerful than God.
Oh, interesting.
I just put not DC. I don't know.
Okay, so they are actually canonically within the DC universe. In fact, later volumes of the comics do feature like members of the Justice League. They're kind of one of those sort of fringe ones, like how for a long time Constantine wasn't considered full on DC, but has sort of worked his way in there.
Sure.
The correct answer was actually that they are not the second most powerful beings. Above them are the archangels, consisting most famously within the DC universe of Lucifer, who, despite the TV series making him a character in a procedural cop show, is actually considered the second most powerful being in the DC universe.
So I was in the right direction, but I went up instead of down. I should have said they were less powerful. Damn it.
Now, we've only got 3 minutes left. I do have other rounds, so if you guys wanted some filler, I'm happy to do those other rounds. But if you want to get on with the rest of your thing, then I'm happy to do the final scores.
Yeah, to be honest, our next segment is dinner, and I think we're all pretty ready for
Fair
dinner.
play.
So yeah, let's have the final scores. Have we got Voice of God to give us our final scores?
And in the chat, please throw out your final scores as well.
Yes,
the Voice of God is most disappointed with James' assertion that anyone could be above God.
Oh yeah. Shit. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Of his infallibility, didn't catch whether anyone got any points in round one, because otherwise nil point all round.
Jonas got a point in that round.
Yeah, I got the Pokemon.
He got the Pokemon one right.
He did get the Pokemon one.
Yeah.
And did Jonas get the cat being a crew member? Did Jamie get the cat being a crew member?
No, I don't get that point. That was clearly
Very well.
wrong.
Jonas won, Jamie nil.
All right, the final scores.
The final scores are 9 points to Jamie, 4 to Jonas.
There we go. Oh no.
I'll make it easier
I
next
I
time.
thought I'd do better, but
Yeah.
no.
Well,
I would like to point out that like weeks ago, I did say to Jonas, if you guys want to pick the themes of the rounds or have me tell you what they're going to be at least so you can do a bit of research, you can. And Jonas was like, nah, it's all good. We'll be fine.
I think this is great. I think this is a really good quiz, and your questions were really good. Just like regardless of me winning, I thought it was really good. It was a really a really great theme that matched the arc kind of stuff. Thank you so much. For
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
yeah. For
And
joining us.
I just want to point out as well that how many hours are you guys into this right now?
So
Ooh.
well, we got 17 hours left.
So
17 hours
seven.
left.
So we're 7 hours
math,
in.
Yeah.
I just want to say a big congrats to you guys and to everyone who's donated. I did a few years ago a 24-hour stream to raise money for my dog's surgery, and while our
Yes.
goal was lower than yours, you guys in this 7 hours have raised more than we did in our 24-hour stream, and I just think that just shows how amazing your community is. So
Thank
well
you.
done.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
All of you guys are amazing. Really, thank you for donating, and thank you, Kieran, for joining us on stream and being here
My
with
pleasure.
us.
No,
It's been
thank you very
really
much.
good.
I think the questions are really good. I think your delivery and the engagement and the hints are very fun. I'm glad that at the end we just stopped talking only in questions.
Yeah, that one fell apart.
gave up.
We'll make an apology to the duck in a minute.
That was really debilitating.
Right. We've got to go get some food. Thank you very much, Kieran. We'll see you next time.
Enjoy.
See you later.
See
Bye.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. Right, we can take these headphones off now.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for everyone who's just joined us from the raid, and thank you everyone who's been watching this whole way through. Man, oh man, we've done 7 hours of this so far. 7 whole hours. We've still got 17 hours to go.
I was just gonna say it's not a third of the way through. 8 hours would be a third. 8, 16, 24. Yeah.
Something like that.
So we're not quite a third through, but we're almost there.
So let me get the iPad up and
How's
can
the
have a look
glucose? Good question, Ray. By the way, everyone, if you stick around till midnight, so 2 more hours from now, I'm gonna have to rip out the implant that tells me my blood sugars and put a new one in the other arm.
And you guys can do a vote to see whether you want to see that or not.
It's not horrible. It's not. It's not fun. It's fine.
Okay, right. So I'm going to bring up this thing. So thank you for joining us, everybody who's joined us recently. We're doing a fundraiser at the moment for POTS UK. It's a charity that's very near and dear to my heart because my partner and current tech desk god over there, Laura, suffers from it, as well as some other family members. And it's a condition that is under-researched, under-diagnosed, and can really severely affect your life. It affects your blood pressure, and so it can cause you to faint. It can give you quite severe fatigue, and so it can affect your relationships. It can affect your job prospects and all these kind of things. And POTS UK in particular have been a great resource for us. When COVID hit, they were, the first place we went to find out if COVID was a big risk factor for people with POTS. We've gone to them for like loads of information and advice over the time that I've been with Laura, and we're really excited to give something back to them. So you can donate at the link below. You can donate by scanning that QR code. You can donate at the link that was posted in chat when Ray of Swords, our wonderful moderator and Starfleet Admiral, posted the donate command, and you can click through to there. We do have some incentives, they're over that way, which you get when you donate. We're currently running behind on completing all of our incentives, but we will catch up over the course of the thing. We definitely will get to everyone eventually, we promise. If you donate £10, we give each other compliments. I'll be honest, doing loads of compliments very quickly is harder than you'd expect. I really love this man, and I still have to find unique, individual, specific things I love about him to do. We are going to at £20. We are going to draw a eyeliner pen tattoo of your choosing on our bodies. So you can, and you get
How
to
many-
choose what you do.
How many tattoos do we owe each other now? Because I feel like where we got through 11 compliments.
We've got 3 more tattoos to put on.
Okay.
It seems so. No, 4 more tattoos to put on. 5 more tattoos. Sorry, 5 more tattoos to put
Okay.
on that we need to catch up to. And then at £100 we do a dance in your honour, which we've got 3 dances we need to get through. And at £200 you get your own hit record that we take 10 minutes to plan and record. We've already done one of those today for DJ Nerd, and we've got 2 more backed up in the queue that we will get to in a little bit. But we at the moment we're about to have well, we're not having an off-screen break. We're going to be on screen for the whole thing, but we do need a little bit of a rest to eat. So we're gonna sort of work our way through some of these bits and bobs as we do that. Are you doing all right, Jonas?
Yeah, my the blood sugars aren't going down as much as I'd like, which is just really
Okay.
frustrating because I've just sat here.
Yeah.
I had some raspberries earlier, but I took the amount of insulin I take for the food I eat, my sugar should be lower.
Okay. Is there anything that we can do to help, or is there anything you need, or?
Nah, just like complaining.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, well, I'm gonna quickly pop to the loo, and then what's the plan for dinner? How are we doing? Ordered. Okay, cool. Okay, great, cool. All right, so then we'll have, we can scoff our faces through the thing, and I'm sure DJ won't mind if we're eating a little bit of pizza in his segment. In fact, actually, tell you what, I'll quickly run through before I pop to the loo. I'll quickly run through what we have coming up. So. At the moment, we're now in that 10 o'clock dinner segment, and we're now moving into the late night section of the podcast. We have at 11 o'clock, we have a 2-hour segment where DJ Nerd will be joining us and taking us through a choice-based literary adventure, which is, you know what we're talking about, them books with all those choices you get to make. And in fact, actually, we've got to get some dice out for that in a little bit. At 1 o'clock, we will be doing Into the Podverse. Although at the moment, all of our segments have ended up just being us dealing with incentives, which is fine by me. I think the reason we're here is you guys, and it's really amazing that you're donating, and so we want to give you the incentives that you go for. But what we may do is sort of, when we get through all of the donations and we get through all the incentives and we get to a period of time where we are freed up, maybe we'll ask what segments you do want us to do, and we'll go back to one that we've missed. At 2 a.m, we've got our first in-person guest who isn't one of the tech team. Our friend Joe will be turning up, and we will be running through the worst. We're running through everything we've ever reviewed on the podcast and working out what is the worst of the worst. What is the worst movie, video game, and TV show that we've reviewed on this podcast. And then at 4 a.m, we'll be having the lovely Gender Meowster joining us, who will be interviewing us, and we'll be interviewing them. We've got another segment that's just us. We've got at 5 a.m, we've got Would You Rathers, which you guys, if you want, you can give us Would You Rather suggestions by chucking them in chat. Just type Would You Rather and then whatever your Would You Rather would be, and we will put them into the hat that we'll be drawing them from when we get to that segment. 6 a.m, we will have a breakfast break, like we are currently having a dinner break right now. And then at 7 o'clock, Rooster Raccoon will be coming in for our third quiz of the day, with a quiz about Finland. At 8 o'clock, we've got art therapy, which will be a little drawing game that Jonas and I will be doing together. At 9 a.m, Maddie will be returning to the set, finally not for technical reasons, but for her own actual segment where we'll be decorating cakes. At 10 o'clock, we have the excellent Sylvie the Bunny, who's going to be doing some tier listing where we're going to be judging various things against each other. At 11 o'clock, we will be talking about the movie Year One, which we both watched, and we have things to say about it. And then by midday tomorrow, to say that, by midday tomorrow, we will still be awake and doing this. Vicky Hawley of Vicky's World will turn up, and she will take us through, fuck knows, some kind of Tudor madness over lunch.
In 14 hours, everything goes wrong.
In 14 hours, everything goes wrong.
But for the best reason.
And then finally at 2 p.m, on tomorrow, we will have a closing ceremony in which we will finally have a little alcoholic drink, and then we will shave my beard and potentially shave Jonas's head if we make. So we're currently now at £1,549.69. So in about in about £450, you will be having your head shaved.
That's all it takes. Anyone, if you've been saving up for something nice, if you've got a nice holiday squared away, if you were planning on eating this month, you can trade that in for me to get my hair shaved on this stream by definitely not professionals.
Well,
And
so that's the thing. We have, in fact, actually, I think only me was involved in it, but at a party we had at my old place, a friend of ours, Billy, was quite drunk, and in the middle of the night he just turned to me and he said, "Can you shave my head?" And I said, "You're quite drunk. How about you come back in half an hour, and if you still want your head shaved in half an hour, we'll shave your head."
I just like this. You're quite drunk now, so go have a few drinks. Come back in half an hour, and
Well, basically, what I thought was he'd forget in the half an hour. He'd go away, forget, and come back. So he comes back in half an hour and he goes, "I still want you to shave my head." So we brought him into the bathroom, and one by one, everyone at the party, apart from Laura, took turns shaving a chunk of Billy's hair out, one by one by one. And yeah, it was excellent. Right, I'm gonna quickly pop to the loo, and then should we start getting through some of these donation incentives?
yeah. I mean, what can I do? What can I do to help with that? I don't know.
Well, you can.
We haven't got a tattoo or dance from Rick, or at least I don't see notes on.
Yeah, I think Rick disappeared earlier, so we'll leave Rick's stuff till later, and in case we see them come up in chat. Otherwise, we'll just do that at once, and then someone can clip it for them, and they can.
That's fine. It's
They can see
very
it
it's
later.
very clear what my mother wants. That's she's gone into the most description about what she wants, I think, out of anyone so far. Which mother like son. I don't really know what I can really comment on in terms of what we've got going on there. If you don't know what we're about to have for dinner, I believe we're about to have hot steaming pizza by this podcast stream's I was going to call them sponsor. They're not a sponsor. We don't have sponsors. We have you, the audience. You're our sponsors, and we love you. Just from that really famous pizza brand that everyone gets their pizza from in the UK, that is also a game where you knock over blocks one at a time. You know the one. I don't know why I'm riddling this, but I'm sort of trying to play it out, and I'm kind of just padding for time. So just deal with it. I see a few people putting their would you rathers in the chat. Do remember that if you can put a would you rather scenario in the chat, we're going to do them at 5 o'clock in the morning. At 5 o'clock in the morning, Jamie and I are just going to be here, bleary-eyed, like suffering from some kind of comatose disease, and we're just going to look at each other and we're going to be like, Jamie, would you rather? Would you rather? And that's the whole 5. That's like going to be the whole hour at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
The famous place where
Okay.
everyone gets their pizza in the UK. Yeah, the Tesco pizza aisle. We're going to take the stream with us, and we're going to go shopping. That would be really funny. I would love to do that. I would love you all to come on a shopping trip with us. Maybe we get out, like, maybe Jamie, you make like a Sainsbury's groceries account, and we bring it up on the window, and then we
Then
all
you can all make a Sainsbury's grocery order for me.
exactly like your donation
Maybe
incentive.
what we should do is so at $6,000 we bring up Sainsbury's and they get to make a £50 grocery order of whatever they want to make.
Wow, that'd be good. I like someone just orders a bunch of things to your house that like make you the dodgiest fucking person in the world.
It's like that old joke of going up to the counter and bringing up a bottle of whiskey and a pack of nappies.
Yeah.
And then they tell you how much and you go, and then putting back the nappies.
Yeah, I remember that. What was I just going? Do you think like £50 of lube would concern someone?
Mary has joined us in the chat.
Hey,
Hello,
Mary.
Mary.
Hello.
How's it going? Do you think £50 of lube would concern anyone?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
Because it's a lot of lube.
That's a question for the ages. I think philosophers in ancient Greece used to ask that. I think I think that was the kind of thing that I think that's a quote from Socrates.
Hail, stranger, and lend me your ear for but a moment, for one must answer the ageth-old query: should mankind, should maneth be concerned for his neighbour, should if his neighbour spend 50 of the great British pounds on lubrication goods?
I didn't realise that Socrates sounded like a mix between like a character from Skyrim and Shakespeare himself. Famously.
I think you're going to upset the Shakespeare fans in chat.
Right, should we do some incentives then? So,
Oh god.
we got to draw some tattoos. You've got to draw a picture of yourself.
I have to
on
draw, yeah, but it has to be Sweet Baby me.
me. Okay, draw a picture.
I don't
of
even know what
Sweet
that
Baby
means.
Jonas. You know, a Sweet Baby Jonas. Draw that on me. Pop them underneath there. Yeah.
Oh, it's just, what am I doing? Right, I need this pen here.
Yeah.
Sweet Baby Jonas.
Hold on, let me find. Oh, there's my pen.
Sweet Baby Jonas, on you.
Okay. Ooh. Right.
Cody's complaining there's no food inside.
No. The tech crew are working diligently to get us some food.
I'll just put the raspberries there, okay.
It's out of their hands now.
There's food inside Koto, alright, so you should try.
Yeah.
Alright, Sweet Baby Jonas. Sweet Baby Jonas is going up here, and it's going to be a... first we need a face. First we need a big ol' face. Big ol' baby face. And then a baby always has one of those little dummies. So it's got like a vertical line there and a bump. And that's a dolly thing that it's suckling on. And then it's got eyes and eyes, and I have barely hair, so I'm baby, little baby Jonas, and I got a small body, so that's my arm, and that's my leg, and that's my other leg.
This has gotten very big
Yeah,
for a tattoo of a baby.
yeah, and we got little fingers, we got little fingers, and we got 10 little footsies. That's little baby Jonas.
It's little baby Jonas there on my arm. There on my pit. He gets like folded into my pit when I bend my arm.
You're crushing the baby.
Already.
No, look after the baby.
I can't hold it out like that
You
forever.
can't bend your arm.
I have to. I have to.
Look after the baby.
This poor baby. Okay. Steltec hasn't given a tattoo type. Neither has Rick or Graham. So we're doing the tattoo of the infinity heart, and then we'll and then if they haven't come back, we can just make something up.
What's an infinity heart?
I don't know. In fact, actually, we could probably Steltex. We could probably wait on because Steltec, I imagine, will be back in the morning.
I'm messaging Graham to find out what he wants the tattoo to be.
Okay. All right. Cool. So an infinity heart. Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna go for
Hi.
Oh, I see.
What is the origin of the infinity heart?
You're gonna be covered in hearts at some
Love
point.
everlasting.
Love everlasting. Infinite love. Okay.
I think it's really funny because Jonas has never heard the reverb voice, so I imagine to you it just sounds like she's just putting on a deep voice for no good reason. But
Yeah.
I know what it sounds like, and it's gonna sound very cool.
Yeah. To me, Laura is basically just going, Jonas, I am talking to you in the room like this. And it's just unedited, pure, unadulterated friendship.
We're £450 away from a shiny Jonas.
Yeah, you could have a
Amazing.
foil shiny first edition.
Mary has donated
Jonas.
£25. Thank you very much, Mary. Thank you very much. It's fucking wild how much money we've already raised for Pots UK.
Mary, you're contributing to my haircut. Just so you know.
I'm so proud of you all.
Oh, Mary, what do you want drawn on one of us? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Mary,
Yeah,
you need to give us a tattoo idea.
Also, Mary, can you tell us, please? Can you tell me when you get there, and when you eventually know, can you please tell me if the Airbnb has a good shower? Because I'm told that the shower here is an experience.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a time,
It's a hell of a time.
and
It's a hell of a time.
it's if the Airbnb has a good shower, then it could be a hell of a time that I avoid. Maybe.
Yeah, I would recommend and this goes to everyone, if you can avoid using our shower, do. This is just a message out to any of our viewers. Mary says I didn't give it a good look, but it exists.
Okay.
Excellent.
Shower exists.
Okay, Mary, what do you want your tattoo to be? Because Jones can draw that on me.
Should we do a compliment?
How many compliments have we got to do? We've got four new compliments.
Jamie, I'd like to compliment your penmanship. It's good.
Jonas, I'd like to compliment your Jonas. I would like to compliment your oh, fuck me. Jonas, I'd like to compliment your cool and calm demeanor, even in the face of your sugars not going down.
Thanks. Okay, Jamie, I would like to compliment your
Show Ray your heart.
Wow. I'm coming.
Steltic wants the fish ring as the tattoo.
That's it. And if anyone, that's a toast. Piece of toast on my arm there. That's toast. And over here we've got the Time Warp Agency emblem. The agency of a time warp agent or something. Okay, fish ring.
So you got to draw a fish ring on me.
Okay.
And then I'll draw whatever Mary wants.
I would love to draw it on your finger, but let's face it, that's not going to go well.
You can give it a go.
It won't go well. It will just be a black smudge.
That's fine.
It's fine for you.
As opposed to what?
It's not good for my portfolio. Give me the other arm. And let's go inside.
Okay.
Okay, so the starfish ring is like it's clearly like a fish that's like eating itself. So tell you what, I'm gonna try and do like at least enough of the ring that people can see that it's like gonna be a 3D shape, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is great content. Only we can see this.
And then it's got an eye.
Sylvan's asking in chat what's wrong with our shower. Voice of God, do you want to describe what's wrong with our shower? Oh no, sorry. They're currently handling some tech stuff.
Our shower has far too much free will.
That's an excellent description. Our shower. Mary says, "I love your God voice, Laura." Yeah, our shower basically. We're now in like the late stages of like just decay on it. So we actually got 2 showers on our wall. I quite like that. That's good. Hold on, I'm
doing my best with what is not actually a pen made for drawing accurate shapes.
Yeah, that's the starfish ring.
Everyone clap, please. Oh, I was asking the audience, but thank you everyone in the room for clapping.
Okay, so we've done 1 compliment. We've got 3 more to go. So Jonas, I like that you brought everything you said you were going to bring. You were diligent and you were steadfast in your helping us get all our tech set up.
Thanks for that. Jamie, I like that you named your Instagram the Bunyipgram.
Ah. Do you know why I named it the Bunyipgram?
Well, because you're doing a fucking pun on Bunyip in Instagram.
Yes, that's partially the reason. The other part of the reason is that I accidentally made the Bunyip Man Instagram and couldn't get back into it.
By the way, if you the viewer know anyone who works at Instagram, can you make it so that our podcast account doesn't get banned every time I try and fucking make it, please? They're like, "Oh, do you sell any goods or services?" And I'm like, "No, it's fucking podcast." And then they're like, "You're banned." We get ruined. immediately.
Have we got three more? We got three more compliments we need to do. Oh wow. Oh man. Okay. I like that when we did that dance earlier, that you just really took the reins on it, and you like each of the dances you were really like going for it, and I really appreciated how much you took the reins on those.
So earlier I got criticised for doing improv. I don't do improv at all. I produced improv. I do not go on stage and do improv. But before every one of the improv shows, the imps sometimes do an improvised dance in a huddle to like get hype and do energy, and that is an exercise in two people looking at each other, and they both have to just improvise a dance on the spot. And I don't know why, but I've had loads of practice at doing that
It was
specifically.
very good. I really liked it. This is a bit of a British moment, but I'm so used to our shower and attachment to the bath operated by the bath tap that whenever people visit an actual
just
shower,
jump on in.
I cannot deal with them. It breaks me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you give me a quick compliment so that we
Right.
can knock out that compliment, and then we can start eating pizza?
Maddie,
Hi.
Maddie, while you're here,
Yeah.
yeah, you're great. It was great. It's great.
Hold on.
It's been great to see more of you recently. Like it's just been so lovely that you've been engaging. It's so lovely to have you here. Lovely to catch up. Good to see you. Jamie, your compliment. Well, I said the wrong name and I wasn't going to backtrack. So there you go. Jamie, I would like to compliment your choice of pizza. Pepperoni pizza. It's very good.
Classic. An absolute
Honestly,
classic.
I'm like, I'll only be a little bit jealous. I have gone for Hawaiian. I've gone for pineapple on pizza. If anyone in chat doesn't like that, you can't get a refund. I like pineapple on pizza. So
Can
there
we
you go.
get some more water as well? Cheers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ah.
I've barely drank my water, but it's still down there. So
I'm not. I'm just
someone
happy.
did hydrate. Yeah.
I'm happy that pizza's here. Oh man, it is hot in this room.
It's only gonna get hotter with 4 pizzas in here.
Is Aurora locked away in our room now?
No, but she's not causing any trouble at the moment.
No, I was just thinking we might be able to open that door for a bit.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Okay, I'll do that.
Just to vent some of the heat in this room.
Yeah, I
Thank you,
know.
my love.
All right, we've got to hydrate.
Okay.
I've not drank much water. I need to hydrate.
Yeah, we need to drink
I'm,
a lot
I'm
of
being
water.
told off.
We need to drink a lot of water.
We got to
Um,
gulp.
And then we're gonna have some pizza. This is the bit where you have to watch us eat horrendously scarf down pizza. Although that being said, I don't think I'm hungry enough to eat a whole pizza. So I think it'll be a sort of snackaging. Amazing, thank you, Maddie.
What are we doing after pizza?
It's DJ Nerd's choice-based literary adventure, which I am pretty hyped for. Thank you, Maddie.
What's this?
I don't know what that is.
That was made for you, but I think you didn't know it.
I didn't know it.
And
Sorry.
then,
I'm gonna mumbo, but that's what's this?
What is this?
lock Jonas in the bedroom so we can see Aurora. So when we get started with DJ's one, we need some dice out of those things there, Jonas.
Oh, okay.
Cool. But we should be done. Are we leaving that door open, or are we? What we do?
Yes, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Okay. Just we can vent some heat now.
Goodbye, heat. Get the fuck out.
Ray says, "Maddie, your hair is cute, by the way."
Jamie.
Yep.
At any point, are we painting the other hand?
I thought we would be at some point. Yeah.
I think we just ran out. Like, I don't think it just took so much time to do one hand that we just were fine with that.
I think we'll be able to finish it. Yeah. Have you ripped the lid off yours?
No, fold it under.
Ah, like some kind of pizza genius.
That's what they call me.
All
Pizza
right.
Genius Jonas. Right, everyone, enjoy the pizza. The pizza ASMR.
I hope you're all having pizza at home. For the real immersive experience.
Squidron, Geeks was here. We did a quiz with him. It was really fun. I lost,
Yeah.
but I'm getting better now.
All of our guests have been excellent. We've had some really, really excellent guests. I've had a really good time so far. Honestly, Honestly, the time has absolutely flown. Like this has felt like shorter than a normal stream. We've been here for so long. Yeah, guest wise, we've got DJ Nerd coming up next. In about half an hour. We've got Joe Lindo, who is a good friend of ours and actor and theatre operator, who's going to be joining us for a couple of hours in the middle of the night. Jenna Meowster, we've got Rooster Raccoon, and Maddie will be back as an actual guest. And then Sylvie the Bunny, and then Vicky Hawley at the end. And we also might get a little visit from Fairy at some point. Fairy is currently working a night shift, but he has said he'll pop by probably for the closing ceremony, which will be really nice. Right. Jonas has just gone to do a wardrobe change. I might actually change into some shorts in a bit as well, because it is toasty in this room. We've got 4 people, computers. We've got we had the door shut for a lot. Is this too disgusting? The sound of me eating pizza? Shall I move the microphone further away or something? Barry's on duty for the National Hunk Service. Yeah. I returned with some cooked egg whites thanks to food influencer Laura. A dinner of cooked egg whites and pickled beetroot. Delicious. This shirt is like the worst fabric.
I'm gonna give you a compliment about your shirt now.
Oh yeah.
I love how brave you are. I love how brave you are for wearing that shirt. You know what I mean? It's just so brave.
I like how you just took the initiative and changed your clothes. I think that's really good.
I didn't want to get pizza on that shirt because that's a really nice shirt. And getting pizza on it would upset me.
Koto works. Yeah, you work for the National Hunk Service now, Koto.
Oh.
I'd like to reveal something about that shirt.
Which shirt?
The one you're wearing.
Yeah.
When Jamie put it on, he said, "I hate this shirt. It really chafes my nipples."
It does. It really fucks up your nipples. Whatever this fabric is, I'm already feeling it. It roughens up your nipples, and I don't know why.
For £100, I'll put my. I don't know if I should finish
For
that.
£100.
£100, I'll moisturise
Hello,
your nipples.
Vicky.
Oh
Vicky.
no,
What a time to arrive.
that's not a promise.
Get smaller nipples. Justice for Jamie's nipples.
Jamie's nipples. Hello, Vicky's World RPG. It's good to see you.
We've been hyping up your ending segment. We're looking forward to seeing you and whatever sheer chaos you deliver upon us.
We've been hyping it up by making generally scared and confused noises.
I think that's basically what you want out of us.
Yeah. It sounds like it's. I think that's just about right. Nipple justice. If you want nipple justice, you've come to the right stream. We are the nipple vigilantes. The nipple antes.
So we need to write a song about an infinity heart. That's something we can do while we're eating, right?
About. Oh. Okay.
Vicky says that's exactly what the English Reformation was like. There we go.
So I think the Infinity Heart song should open and end with like a sound machine of like heart, budum, heart, boom, heart, budum, heart, boom.
Are we going to do
Because
that?
it's infinite, right?
Is
So
it,
it has to.
is it a Madonna song or whatever? The badum badum badum.
Oh, I don't know what you're referring to, but I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, I don't, but I don't know what you're saying. But
All
what I do know
we're going to
is
rewrite a quite famous song. Okay, right. So heart badum, heart badum,
boom,
heart badum, heart badum.
and then we go into like a verse, right? And the verse is like 2 4 lines long, and then but it has to go back into heart, budum, heart, boom, heart, budum, heart, boom, and then it ends.
Kylie Minogue. That's who it is. All right. Okay. So that's the gimmick.
Because that's infinite. That's the infinite heart. But then what's inside the infinite heart? That's what those lyrics are about.
There's ads apparently up. So we'll wait a moment, and then we'll return to that. I'm sorry that I can't control the ads on the channel, pals. But that is just the way that Twitch be.
No, we actually
Um,
we did call Jeffrey before we did the stream. We said, Jeffrey, is it possible to turn off ads on the Bunyip Man's channel for us? You know, you always do us a cheeky favour. Can
Daddy
you do us?
Bezos,
Daddy Bezzy.
Daddy Bezzy, could you possibly just one whittle itty witty time turn off the little addy waddies on our channel wannel?
Wheezy Wheezy.
Queasy wheezy Daddy Bezos.
It's for charity rarity. And then that's when he got mad, because we
Oh.
said charity.
Yeah, it was like,
Fucking furious.
money for nothing? That's the sole territory of corporations.
Well, yes, Joes and Gems, and of course, everyone will be donating directly through Twitch, won't they? So I get 60% of their of the money. No, Daddy Bezos. They're giving to Just Giving, which ensures that all of the income goes straight to the charity of our choice, and people can actually choose to then tip on top of that to allow Just Giving, the platform, to have a little bit of that money so that they can keep running their good work. Puh, disgusting. I hate charity and I hate you for bringing it up. I'm doubling the ads on your channels, you pieces of shit.
God, it's like he's in the room.
Do you think is it against terms of service to shit on Jeffrey Bezos that much?
I don't know. The funny thing is that because there were ads running, the only people who would have heard that would be the people who have subscribed to the channel and so don't get the ads. So they would have paid money to Jeff Bezos to hear us sack off Jeff Bezos.
If you give Jeffrey Bezos £2.50 or whatever it is, you can listen to us slag off Jeffrey Bezos.
I keep seeing all the tattoos and the nail varnish, and I keep thinking it's not my hand.
I keep seeing all the tattoos and the nail varnish, and I keep thinking, yes, the real me. I mean,
You're really discovering something about yourself today.
I've already got a tattoo right next to one of the tattoos you've already drawn,
This is just planning for the future. You're just going to get all of these things tattooed straight onto you.
and I don't paint my nails. I've had my nails painted. I don't mind it. I'm a bad painter. I don't want to do this to myself.
Sylvan's got some tips in chat for how you avoid ad block. Avoid the ads on Twitch, should you be so inclined. So we were writing a song. We got heart, ba-dum, heart, boom, heart, ba-dum, heart, boom.
And then I think we need to talk about what's in the infinite heart. Or what is the infinite heart beating? What is it pumping?
There's infinite blood in the infinite heart.
Infinite blood in the infinite heart.
It's my infinitely most important part.
Yes, yeah, no, that's good. Infinitely most important part.
Okay, I've got to write this down. I've got to write this down.
Oh my god, it's just flowing. I can't. One of the boards is right. Yeah, next to the plugs. You got it.
Infinite blood in an infinite heart. In an infinite heart. What was my second line?
Definitely most important part.
Infinitely
blood.
most important part. It's my infinitely most.
It's my infinitely most important part.
Yeah.
It's my in.
Why is my mum saying, although I can't type in chat? Mum, you just typed in chat. You just did it twice. You can type in chat, Mum. Also, have you seen the baby Jonas that I've drawn on Jamie? You'll find it's a perfect likeness to that fateful day on May the insert my birthday here.
You remember from all the baby photos?
Yeah, that's me as a baby.
That's exactly what he looked like. What are you doing?
I'm trying to help secure your pizza.
Thank you. Right. Infinite blood in an infinite heart. It's my infinitely most important part.
With my blood Um, it's my infinitely most important part. When my brain and my legs have my blood pumped around, that's when you can hear the infinite sound. Heart, budum, heart, bump, heart.
That
budum.
makes no sense at all.
Well,
Infinitely pumping blood to me feet. Helps me
I can
dance.
around to this beat.
Helps me dance to the funky beat. Infinitely pumping blood to my feet. Helps me dance to the funky beat.
Huh? So I don't know what padam padam is. So I can't pretend that I'm rewriting it. The sound machine that I came up with, as far as I'm concerned, is entirely original, and no one else has ever done it before. Leave me alone.
It is funny that we wrote a song about blood on a Potts charity stream, and we didn't really mention Potts at all in any way. Helps me dance to the
So the Pots cover of the song, the charity single that we do for this song, is like finite blood in a finite heart. It's not really getting around as much as we'd like. In fact, it's doing a pretty bad job. Oh no, where's the blood? I need it. Help.
Right, you ready to sing a rendition of this song?
Oh, what now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the sound machine.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Heart,
Heart,
budum,
budum, heart, boom.
heart,
Budum, heart, boom. Infinite blood in an infinite heart. It's
my infinitely most important part.
Infinitely pumping blood to my feet helps me dance to the funky beat. Heart, budum, heart, boom. Heart, budum, heart, boom.
There you
End
go.
song. There we go.
That's your number one. That's your number one that will make its way to the top of the charts in no time at all. We are cracking through these songs.
Jamie,
They're
should we-
all excellent
Should we quit our full-time jobs and become
Songwriters.
songwriters? Yeah,
I think so.
singer-songwriters. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to take the opportunity to quickly swap into some shorts because it is rusty toasty in this room.
I'm deep in the pizza hole, everyone, but I am reading your chat. Mum says doesn't recognize the baby, the baby Jonas, but it'll do. Mum points out that Mum can type in chat on the laptop. I'm sure you could have typed in chat on the iPad as well. I'm sure that's a feature. Ray says perfect rendition, doesn't need to make sense. Have we written Padam Padam? Again, I don't know what Padam Padam is, so you can't accuse me of stealing it. Pump around, pump up and get down. Pump, 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 pump. That's very good, thanks DJ. Let's see. Ray has had a quick look over the terms of service and can't find a specific mention of bad mouthing Bezos. Fuck you, Jeffrey Bezos, you piece of shit. I just love it if the Twitch got banned immediately as I said that. It's worth it to try. Aurelix, how's the stream going? Where are we? We've got 16 hours until we're allowed to stop. We have raised £1,574 and 69 pence. Nice. I think that's fucking incredible. Our initial goal was £1,000, so we have not only smashed that, but we have like reconstituted it together, pulverized it, turned it to dust, hydrated it, burnt it, stumped it on the ground, and now we're parading it around the streets, with Hulk at the forefront. So I think that's going really well. And I think it's all thanks to the terrific hard work of everyone going to the Just Giving page and transferring digital bank money into digital donation money, which is just super cool. If we raise another 400, can I do the maths on this? £425.31, maybe. If we can raise that amount of money by 3 p.m. tomorrow, so in the next 16 hours, 16 minutes, and 40 seconds, we're going to cut my fucking hair. And I don't know why I agreed to that, but I agree that it's for a good cause. And so if you all work together to make that happen, I won't begrudge you. I will begrudge, however, the person who donates the final penny to that £2,000. So at that point, like, you all need to egg each other on to making the bad decision of donating to my haircut. Hello, Luke. Good morning. Oh Lord, he here. Hey, Luke. Mary is not pleased about the hair. You don't have to be. Be pleased for the £2,000 that we would raise for Pots UK charity. And don't worry about the hair. Just don't worry about it. It'll grow back. You just wait 3 years. Seb, you've not seen me bald since we were kids, but what you have seen is you saw me straight after a haircut in London in like 2016 or something. So you've seen me with short hair. You have. You just haven't seen me with like near scalp level hair. That was drastic. That was drastic. Hey everyone coming into chat. Really appreciate you all being here. Navi, by the way, so good to see you, Navi. Thanks for jumping on in. There are many more names in chat that I have seen but can't actually like reach out to and say hi to at the moment. Jamie's back and he's rocking the short denim.
It's Jorts time.
The denim shorts.
Welcome everybody to the Jorts Zone. Hello, hello, hello. We've got a Luke in the chat. Amazing.
We've got a Luke and a Relix.
Oh, and hello, 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 hello. I've not seen you bald since we were kids. Yeah, I'm excited to see you head shaven. We're so close. We're so close. If you want to see Jonas, Boldy Slaphead over here, we just need to make it to £2,000. We're currently at £1,574.69. You can donate at the link down below. And scan the QR code. Or scan the QR code. I definitely feel the tiredness setting in.
Is that any better?
I am very much
Or
fumbling words,
bit much?
and we've still got 16 hours to go. So
How's
this will
that?
be exciting, won't it?
Background noise, that's great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hello.
You can donate at all the link below, or scanning the QR code.
Bloody
And or typing !donate in chat will give you the link as well. And we can there's various incentives. If you donate £10, we compliment each other. If you donate £20, we draw a tattoo of your choosing on us. If you donate £100, we do a dance in your honour. And if you donate £200, we do a song in your honour. And that song is guaranteed to be a #1 hit. And so far we've done 2 songs and they've both been excellent. We've done a couple of dances, and we've done plenty of drawings on ourselves. Who's talking in the background?
Don't worry about it. It's tech.
Oh, okay.
Now, the really important thing about the song being #1, we don't make promises we can't keep. That's really important, okay? So when we say that the song is going to be like a #1 hit, we absolutely agree on that. We know that the 2 songs that we wrote are #1 hits. They are #1 hits for us. Jamie, what's your favourite all-time song at the moment?
It's Infinite Heart.
Infinite Heart, because it's a #1 hit. Thank you. And before you heard Infinite Heart, what was the #1 song before Infinite Heart?
It was like Bristol Streamer, I think we called it.
I didn't realise it had a name, but I knew it was about
someone
DJing
in
it.
chat called it that. We still have a bit of a backlog, but we will get through everyone before the end of the stream. Basically, we don't want to cut into. We've got contributors coming up. Within about 12 minutes, we'll be on to the next segment, which is DJ Nerd's choice-based literary adventure segment. We don't want to cut into contributor segments because we're really grateful for having them with us, but we will get through everyone's incentives before the end of the stream. And basically what we've been doing is taking the segments that would be normally segments that's just us, and we're turning them into incentive segments. And the more you guys donate, the more that we'll fill those segments with stuff. And then if we get towards the end and we don't have any more incentives we need to do, we'll go back and look through what kind of segments people wanted to see the most, and we'll do those. So we still owe a song, a dance, and a tattoo to Rick. We own a dance to Nompta. We own a dance to Ray. We own a tattoo to Graham, and we own a tattoo to Mary. But we will get through those things. We promise you before the end of the stream. Yeah, people have been clipping the songs. I don't know if people clip the dances, but yeah, like clip away, have your memories, because unless someone takes one of these songs and runs with it really to the charts. These are transient moments in all our lives. These are just moments, fleeting moments of joy that you get to share with us. Yeah, we still got one more compliment we need to do to be all done with the compliments that we need to do.
Jamie,
Mm.
I love that you're so dedicated to the art of showmanship and podcast hosting that you've barely touched a pizza.
Part of that is tiredness and anxiety, and I'm sure when I heat this up tomorrow, when I no longer have to think about this podcast, I'm gonna fucking wolf it down. I promise you. But thank you for the compliment either way. I'll keep it for now, and then I'll pop it away in a bit. Don't mourn for this pizza. It will get heated and eaten, but I will keep hydrating. I think that for the next couple of hours we really need to be on the water because that'll keep us all awake. But ranch dip. This is the garlic dip from Domino's. I like that when we talked about like that when it's necessary, you don't beat about the bush. When we were talking about Laura's mouth segment, no, Laura's mouth tour, the segment. Laura asked, "Is there anything you won't eat?" And immediately you had a list. When we asked what kind of snacks we wanted, you immediately knew exactly what you wanted. And I appreciate that in a man. Just just no beating about the bush, no faffing about, none of this wasting time. You just go. It's not garlic butter. No, it's the Domino's garlic dip thing.
I think garlic butter is a condiment and an ingredient. I think it's allowed to be both.
See, everyone in chat keeps talking about Twitter being fucked, but I haven't been on Twitter since before the stream started. So this must have happened before the stream started. Tech is typing to us. It is indeed fucked. So there we go. There we go. Well, yeah, that is a shame. Because
Sure is a good thing that we don't stream on Twitter.
It sure is a good thing we don't stream on Twitter. I may now stop using Reddit because of their fuckery. It seems like basically all of the internet is just slowly destroying itself.
I uninstalled Reddit from my phone for the blackout, and I haven't reinstalled it, and I've been completely Reddit free ever since.
I've still got Reddit is Fun installed on my phone, and it went away today, and 2 or 3 times today I've just idly opened it, and then it's gone 429 cannot connect, and I've gone fuck yes of course. I kept it because there's some vain part of me that hopes they'll see the error of their ways, and that Reddit is Fun will come back. But I guess I could just get it again then when that happens.
What is Reddit is Fun?
It's just a third-party Reddit app, but a big part of why they're doing the blackout is because third-party Reddit apps are gonna die. So, but yeah, Reddit free in 2023. Yeah, I think that's gonna be for a lot of us. Maybe we fucked Twitter. Maybe we went live and that killed Twitter. All of the engineers are watching us, and they're not focused on fixing
all of the
Twitter.
insulting that we've been doing at Jeffrey Bezos, we can redivert it to Elon Musk.
Let's get this pizza.
Is that going to be in the terms of service?
For those of you who are worried that I haven't eaten much, I definitely will eat more pizza. My body goes in phases. I promise you I will.
For those of you worried that I ate that much, it's fine.
Do you want to put them on that chair and then...
I'll get up.
Okay,
I'll get up.
thank you.
I was going to brush myself off.
Okay.
I'll have pizza anyway.
Can we get some more water as well? Thank you.
Sorry.
And can I get a can of Coke as well? Thank you. That's nearly empty. yeah, hydrating is the big thing. We're going to hydrate, and then I'll probably have some pizza later on. We've also got other things that we've got coming. But it's nearly time for DJ. I am very excited. Ah,